So basically, like I said, cookies are basically created and stored on a computer. When you use your browser to visit a website, it downloads certain cookies. Now, these are like small text, KB sized ID tags, which are basically installed on your browser or your application whenever you're basically going through it, right? Now, these are, I mean, originally they were invented to smoothen the process of browsing and they basically deepen the stack on which you basically browse or work on, right? Basically, Instagram is a big stack where you can watch reels, you can share content, you can basically, do a lot of stuff, right? These days there are filters with very augmented reality based as well on Insta. So basically, whenever you're accessing that stack, the cookies are basically necessarily help that, right? They were originally designed by that, but then again, targeted advertisement came into the picture and social media ad targeting came into the picture. So things have gotten complicated, to say the least, whenever you're talking about a cookie, right? So they will what are the examples of cookies helping you? They will help you resume where you left off whenever you're browsing, right? They would remember your registered login. Very common example. They would remember your theme selection. They would remember your preferences, of course, and there would be other customization functions that a cookie would facilitate, right? So this is what a cookie is, right? Now, why do we need a cookie notice? Obviously, whenever you're automatically collecting information or personal data of a data subject under GDPR, you need to have a certain mention of that. You need to have a clarification on that. And this is what it is. It is a declaration to users about what cookies are active on the site, their purpose, and what happens to them, including naming third-party receivers of data if there are any, based on the cookies that you're going to discuss, right? Now, this is something that I'm going to look at through OneTrust privacy policy. I'm just going to check something here. So, essential clauses while drafting a cookie notice. It is important to use simple language. Make sure all the essential clauses are covered in sync with local and international laws. That's totally fine. A cookie will typically contain the following: the name of the domain from which the cookie has come, basically the host, the lifetime of the cookie, like I had said, and a value. Basically, it's usually a randomly generated hash number or unique number, right? Types of cookies. We're going to look at these. Now, this is an example of how cookie would look like, right? So yeah, this is, I think, important. Other elements in a cookie policy: what type of cookies are set, how long do they persist on a user browsers, what data do they track, and the categories of personal information that they would collect, and for what purpose are they doing that, right? Certainly, where the data is sent and with whom is it shared, third parties is it shared with, right? And how to reject cookies and how to subsequently change the status regarding the cookies. All that information is supposed to be there. So the cookie policy may be a part of your privacy notice, or it could be attached as a independent page with the link on it, right? Get consent, use consent banners, sit with your UI UX team and develop good consent banners that would serve you for your lifetime. Display cookie policy link on the pop-up or banner. Whenever you enter any EU website, the first thing you would see is not the website itself, it would be all these banners, right? So they definitely take their privacy notice and cookie notices seriously, right? Now, yeah, this is very important, right? If you forget this, then your organization might be screwed, right? So you must withhold all cookies and trackers on your website until you have received clear and explicit, which is affirmative consent on type of cookie and tracker, right? Now there comes the concept of what directive regulation is trying to establish. It's basically asking organizations to do what? It's basically asking organizations, and organizations are already doing it. You should have a banner where you basically mention that either you click on accepting all cookies, or click on only accepting the essential and necessary cookies, right? And then there is a huge debate around companies using essential and necessary cookies for further tracking as well. And then there are massive search engines like Google search engines whose cookies are always there on the website that you would use, because most of the websites you discover through Google or a Yahoo or whatever browser that you use, right? So these debates are certainly there, very interesting debates to catch up on. You can certainly read on this.